If you've ever been walking around Missouri Western's campus, you may have noticed boxes fixed to the top of poles and wondered if these served any purpose. These boxes are a part of Missouri Western's bird research going on this summer. I've had the opportunity to participate in this and will be going over what types of birds use these boxes, the boxes themselves, and why we conduct this research. Their type of birds that use these are known as cavity nesters, but there are two types. As seen in Newman's cavity creatures, primary cavity nesters will make their own holes to live in, such as woodpeckers, while secondary cavity nesters will find pre-made holes. These secondary cavity nesters are the birds that use the boxes. However, there are also birds we don't want in these boxes, such as house sparrows and European starlings due to them being invasive birds. There's one other type of bird that we tend to try to mitigate finding, but isn't exactly invasive, the brown-headed cowbird. We try to get rid of them because they will lay their eggs in other birds' nests and cause disruptions in the host bird raising their own young. Now that we've learned about what birds we want and don't want in each boxes, we can move on to talk about the boxes themselves. There are 5 types of boxes. The first two, as seen in Pierce's nest boxes for wildlife, are known as common boxes and predator-proof boxes. The common boxes are fairly simple in that they're simply rectangles with a detachable door and the entrance hole. The predator-proof boxes are a little bit bigger and have a protrusion on the entrance hole that prevents birds like European starlings and brown-headed cowbirds from getting in. The 3 other types of boxes include owl boxes, which are typically placed high up on poles, wood duck boxes, which are placed on the edges of water or ponds, and purple martin boxes, which is 8 smaller individual boxes raised up onto a pole. Since we've now covered boxes, we're going to move on to why we conduct this research. We do this to monitor the general bird population in the area as well as individual birds when they're nesting in these boxes. As seen in Audubon's U.S. bird population, the bird population in the U.S. is declining due to habitat loss and pesticide use. Habitat loss causes for less places for a bird to live, and pesticide use will kill off insects, which is a big part of a bird's diet. For things we track ourselves, when we check these boxes, we check them 2 times a week, every week. And when we do, we keep track of the date and time we check them, the species if we're able to tell at that point, the amount of eggs, and if they're hatched, the amount of young, the young development stage, the adult status during the check, such as if they leave or stay while we check, as well as if we do any management like removing pests. Now we have covered what birds use the boxes themselves, as well as why we conduct this research. Next time you're walking around campus and see these, you'll know the importance of them and perhaps even see a bird hopping around. Thank you. Here are my notes that I used. How well you can see those.